My name is Dr. Bhatia Kuria, and this presentation is in response to the many questions that people have been asking me as pertains to what KCIP is. KCIP stands for Kenya Community in Pennsylvania. It is an organization that is registered under Section 501c3 of the IRS Code, meaning it is a not-for-profit organization, and as such, it does not pay taxes. Likewise, if it doesn't pay for taxes, then it is not allowed to do some commercial activities. And so the main purpose for its existence is to facilitate charity among the members who are drawn from all over the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. KCIP is governed in accordance with the bylaws that were adopted on 19th of January 2024. I would encourage you to please read these bylaws. They have a lot of good information about this organization, how it is run, how it is managed, the benefits, who is a member, and so many details are in there. Please just go through this document. It is only a 17-page document, and you will understand better about this organization. KCIP has several objectives, but for now, my focus here is on the welfare aspect in as far as it relates to death and bereavement support. Bereavement support is funded by the members' registration fee of $100. When a qualified death occurs, each member is required to contribute. The welfare has a goal of paying this lump sum to the deceased family within a reasonable period, let's say within 72 hours, so that the money can actually go to finance what is needed during the funeral arrangements. And to be able to achieve this quick turnaround goal, the welfare withdraws a portion of the registration monies in its account to pay the bereaved member. KCIP members are required to immediately replenish their accounts within 7 days, so that at any given time, each member maintains $100 in the organization. And the main benefit that is paid out is actually the members' contribution of $25 per death. But the deceased's classification determines the amount to be paid. Why? Because there are 4 classifications. Classification number 1, death of a member. This is paid at 3 times, meaning $25 times 3 equals $75. Category 2, death of a spouse. This is paid at 2 times, so 25 times 2 equals $50. Death of a parent is category 3. It is paid at $25. Category 4 is death of a sister, a brother, or a child, which is also paid at $25. Maybe at this juncture, an illustration would suffice. Let's say that there are 600 members in this welfare association, and they are all fully paid up and they are compliant. And so example number 1, Job is a member and he dies. The welfare, after verifying the information of Job's death, pays out to the family $45,000. That is 600 members times $75 equals $45,000. Within 7 days, each member is required to reimburse KCIP with $75 paid on their behalf. Example number 2. Mary is a member and her husband dies. The association pays Mary $30,000, that is 600 members times $50 each equals 30,000. And within 7 days, the members are supposed to reimburse KCIP for the $50 that was paid on their behalf. Example number 3. Hamisi is a member and a member of his family in the category of a parent, a brother, a sister, or a child dies. And so the association pays Hamisi $15,000. That is 600 members times $25 each equals 15,000. And within 7 days, each member reimburses or replenishes their account at KCIP. That is, they pay the $25 that was paid on their behalf. Now, I want to stress here that it is one death and one payment, meaning a brother and a sister cannot each individually claim a payment for the death of their common parent. So the question comes, do I really benefit from being a member? The answer is yes, and there are 3 reasons to support the answer of yes. Number 1, an immediate lump sum is available just when it is needed. Number 2, there is no hassle to raise funds for funerals because the welfare is doing it in a more organized way. Number 3, you save on funeral fundraisers. Now, this requires a little bit of illustration, so walk with me here. Let's assume that over the last 3 months, you have contributed to 4 funerals. Let's also imagine that the people who had died were in the category of a brother, a sister, a father, or a child. Further, let's say that for each situation you contributed $100. Therefore, in total, you paid out $400. That is 4 funerals times $100 each equals $400 that you paid out in the last 3 months. But now, come KCIP welfare, and your obligation for each of those 4 deaths is only $25, meaning what you would have paid for had this welfare been in existence would have been $25 times 4 equals $100. Therefore, with the welfare, there is a saving of $300. That is 400 minus 100 equals $300 savings. Now, this illustration can be pushed further and in this way. Let's say that the 400 that you paid out, under the framework of the welfare, this money could have been enough for 16 funeral situations. That is 400 divided by 25 equals 16. Probably that is the much that you will pay for the rest for a whole 1 year. And now let me try to answer some questions that people have been asking me. And the first question is how do I deal with a non-member? Well, I would say that is up to you. But should you give that non-member, when they are believed, only $25? That is okay, because that would have been your obligation had that person been a member. It's not that you are being mean. In fact, on the contrary, it is the non-member who is being mean to the community by not participating with the rest of the people. Question number 2. Is it good to join the KCIP welfare? And my answer is that this is a personal preference, but as for me and my household, we have joined because we believe that this is the best thing to do. Question 3. What are the benefits? We have just looked at the benefits a moment ago. Question 4. Can I include my in-laws? The answer is no. Question 5. Who is included in my membership form? Now, your nuclear family members. That is yourself, your spouse, your parent, your brother, your sister, all a child. Question 6. How is the welfare managed or governed? Now, there are elected officers who have been given specific duties and responsibilities by the community to run this welfare association on behalf of the community. Here, I would encourage once again that you go and read the bylaws, because there is information about how this welfare is managed, especially between page 10 and 17 of the bylaws. Please go and read. Do not rely on hearsay that I heard somebody say that it is like this or it is like this. No, just read for yourself. And remember, these officers are elected, so they serve for a specific term. Then question number 7, a very interesting question here. What if several deaths occur around the same time and the total benefits exceed a member's balance of $100? I have 2 responses. Response number 1 is, if all the members replenish their accounts immediately a death is reported, there will be no shortage of funds. My response number 2 is that in future it is possible that the welfare will have some cash reserves which could be tapped in case of emergency cash needs. And now question number 8, which is very interesting, and that is why establish a welfare and not an investment organization which will bring an income? That's a very good question. And my response here, I have 4 of them. Response number 1, the registration of KCIP is as a 501c3 organization, meaning it is not supposed to be making a profit. It is not a commercial entity, and for that reason, the welfare cannot engage in investment or commercial activities to produce a profit. Should the community desire to have a company that does business and makes a return or an investment, then at that time a commercial organization will be registered for that specific purpose. For now, KCIP Welfare is a non-profit entity. My response number 2 to why a welfare and not an investment company is that in the past, the community has had no organized association, let's say nothing. But we must begin somewhere. So the welfare is our beginning point to many greater things in the future, including investments and other commercial activities that this community can be able to engage in. This is just a beginning. We have to begin somewhere. Now, my response number 3 is that the welfare is an excellent ground for us to build cohesiveness and unity when the stakes are not very high. It is a training ground. Imagine if we can't agree when the contribution is only $100 per member. What will happen if there is $1 million at the table to be distributed? I was reading an article on the internet about how some blacks in New York are now fighting over how to distribute the money that has been paid for reparations to their community. We should avoid falling into such a trap by learning as we grow. My reason number 3 of why a welfare and not an investment organization is that preparing for death is an investment in itself. How? Short-term accommodation for the dead is extremely expensive. Have you ever wondered or thought that to be housed in a funeral home and in a coffin for just 7 days costs more than what an average renter or mortgager pays for a whole year? Just imagine. And so, why not help one another when the landlord of the dead comes calling without notice? The last question that I want to address is question number 9, and it asks, how do other communities handle funeral financial matters? And my response is twofold. Firstly, some communities, including Kenyans elsewhere, have formed welfare associations, and they have successfully managed those associations, and they are bringing good benefits and also relief to the people. The other response is that there is an insurance coverage that caters for funeral expenses. It is called funeral insurance. Some companies call it a last expense, while others call it burial insurance. And it is fairly inexpensive, and it is tailor-made to cater for funeral expenses, and therefore the money is paid immediately after the death. I am a licensed insurance agent, and you can side chat me and we will talk more about this. It's a very good product to have. Thank you for listening to me, and please, I reiterate that read the bylaws. They will help you to understand better what KCIP is, what it stands for, and what it does, and how it is managed. Thank you very much, and God bless you, and keep thinking. Thank you.